Hello. This area here was to be my area to look at 64s and Vic-20s and other such related things like 1541s. But as I have been, I would like to say tidying, although it doesn't look it, things happened. So this area has kind of become a dumping ground for all kinds of things. For example, if I can get this out of here without causing an avalanche. Behold. Oh. Hold it up. It's a Commodore t-shirt that I probably got. Oh, the tag cannot really be seen. Anyway, it is a Commodore t-shirt from many years. Maybe I should hit that with some hot water, not bleach. But anyway, I'm sure this t-shirt has seen a lot of life. I just see one little, looks like paint. Anyway, still a great relic from the past. As well as there are many other relics here and other things that are completely unrelated. Completely unrelated. So, needless to say, I need to do some tidying in my tidying. Yes, because what I do want to do, as things come along here, look at that. Isn't that a beautiful hat? It doesn't fit me, but it's something. What I want to do, because I have a lot of stuff to go through, and I am going to be selling stuff. But I don't want to sell things until I know, I don't want to sell somebody a joystick and then find out it doesn't work. And I don't want to send a Commodore 64 to some far off land and then find out that something is not as it should be with it. For example, I found one in the basement the other day that seemed to be just fine, but just turning it on and having the screen come up does not necessarily mean it's fine. And then I tried to hook that same 64 up to a 1541 and test the disk drive, and it wouldn't do it. So that means there's trouble in the 64 because the disk drive worked fine with another 64. So as I am preparing to sell, I want to have this area set up so that if I say I was going to, well, I know in the basement there's two more 1541s I found. Haven't touched them, haven't looked at them, haven't plugged them in, but I should. But I would like to be able to come here, plug it down, plug it in, run it through some tests, run it through some diagnostics, maybe leave it on for, what is they call the burn-in. Although I'm kind of conflicted about that, because, I mean, who nowadays would actually leave a 64 or a 1541 on for, like 24 hours straight, unless they're running a bulletin board, and of course, who does that anymore? But still, I don't want to send something to, Dallas, Texas, or Austria, or Kazakhstan. I'm just trying to think of, I've sent things so many different places. Sweden. All over the world. I've sent little bits, some big things. I don't like to deal with things if they don't work. One that irked me a while ago, this was quite a while ago, a guy wanted a return key for an Amiga 2000 keyboard. And I consulted him extensively about making sure, because there are different versions of that keyboard, that we had the right one, or that I had the right one, or the one I was going to send was the right one. And then of course it gets there, and he gets all kind of snooty, because it's not the right one. But I did everything I could. We exchanged pictures and things and stuff, and he assured, we didn't exchange pictures. I sent pictures of how things all went. And oh yes, that's it. Oh yes, exactly that. Oh yeah, nothing could be, Can't be anything wrong with that. And then of course, it didn't work. So as you can see, I have some tidying to do here before I can do that. Some things are Commodore related here. Some things are not. Anyway, as I continue down the 9090 road project, I do still want to get other things going, as in sorted and figured, so I know that I can, with confidence, put them up either on Kijiji or eBay or, you know, I mean, if somebody contacts me directly, I'm not above dealing with people directly. But anyhow, anywho, I'd just like to be able to sell with confidence. So, but in the meantime, the dumping ground has begun here. Some of it, oh, I would have dumped here for a good reason. Oh, like this bag has in it, what is it? I think it's this, ooh, wait a second. I think there's a number of things in here. This, what's that? There's a book. What's this? Home Designer for the Commodore 128. Do I have a disc? Well, not right there, I don't. Well, maybe it's in here. Anyway, here is, it looks like it's a compact disc head cleaning kit. And actually, I'm going to take that out and set it aside over with the 9090 stuff, because I do actually have a Sony multi-CD thing that holds about, I think it's 200 CDs, and it does seem to be having a little trouble. But here, ooh, it's a 5 1/4. Hello. Oh, there's fluid. The plastic holding it together is pretty awful. Hello. Ah! I'll deal with that later. Anyway, it has the disc. It has the fluid. I'll just set that there. And, oh, what is this? Oh, it's a head cleaning kit by Verbatim. And it too has a funky disc. There's more of them. Anyway, so there are good reasons that some of this stuff got dumped here. But I certainly can't work here at the moment. So, I need to work on that. I do. And now I have to pick up the head cleaning fluid from the floor. And I know, even though it won't fit. And there that feather looks like it's coming off. I just have to try. Which is the front? I don't know. It's so hard to tell. Doesn't work. It really doesn't. I can just see, oh, it's pretty bright. Anyway, who knows, maybe I'll find some model person or some little old lady who would like to wear this as I shoot their portrait. Perhaps. I think some feathers have gone missing. I think. Alright, so thanks for being here to see the mess. If you too have a desk that looks a lot like this, do not despair. There is hope. There is. Just look here. This is a Commodore keychain screwdriver. pull out the bit, it has slotted on one side, Phillips on the other. And I think it's seen a lot of life. Maybe, if I am so brave, and I think I'm brave enough, I'll take this to the sink and very gently try and wash it. Not to wash off the Commodore, but there's a lot of filth here. There is. Of course, I could always spray some Vim on it. Anyway, I got to get this tidied so that I can come up with a checklist, like in the airline industry. So that, say, when I bring a Commodore 64 here, that I can turn it on, that's one test. I can maybe have a game that uses a couple of joysticks, that's another test. Maybe I'll have a modem so I can quickly load up a terminal program and see if it responds favorably. And of course, does it work with a cartridge? Does it, how is the output to the screen? I'll have to think about what other things, because once again, I don't mind selling things, I just don't want to hear that the Commodore 64 that I sent to New Zealand, or wherever else, is defective. Don't want to. Because diagnosing something right here is hard enough. Diagnosing something from that far away, yeah, that would be difficult. Anyway, so I think I will try to avoid any avalanches and get this relic back in the wash. I don't think I'll ever get rid of the paint, and I don't believe the shirt will ever fit me again, but maybe I'll just try and get it a little more gleaming white, perhaps, and I can hang it. Oh boy. Anyway, if you think that all that you have to do is not possible and not manageable, stay tuned. I have more to do than I can possibly do. It's not at all manageable. It's not at all doable. But I'm going to get it done. Oh, here's something. I found some in the basement. I'm not sure from what year, and I got to figure out how to flatten them. It's a ribbon. I think it's from somewhere in the vicinity of 1983. And I found a few others of them. They all say the same thing. T-Pug supporter. But they've all been folded, creased, etc. So maybe I can find something like a book, because they still exist. Or maybe an iron and iron it. Or maybe the other thing that might be the best is eventually, find some sort of frame to put some old relics and pictures and things in, and have something like this tied up against the glass so it would sit nice. Maybe. Anyway, as you can see, too much to do, not enough time, but I'll get there. I will. So, stay tuned, you'll see how this gets tidied and how I can effectively test things here. But not today. Oh, what? Is that the phone I hear not ringing? Hello? Hello? You know, I like the sound of the old dial phones. Not the Digipulse crap, just the sound of the dial. Anyway, enough. I have too much to do. So I better start doing it. Thanks for being here.